Good evening, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Catfish Weekly. I'm Chad Wick. We got the original gangsta of catfishing, Lyle Stokes, and the man, the myth, the MacGyver of fishing,
I'll
Josh
take the
Dunnigan
last
from
part.
the Weekend Angling. The Weekend, Weekend Angler. See, I told you to try to do. See, we can't
I
do this
should have
without you.
done it.
We can't
I
do it.
should have
We
done
gotta
it.
have Lyle.
We
He's-
can't do this without you, Lyle. Thank you for being here. Look, oh, what's that? Check out that hat.
Yeah.
look at that.
Check it. This is a towel. The only person that I know of that's got towels like this is Mark with Catfish and Crappie, these big ones. They're awesome. If you use towels in your boat to wipe your hand or something on, and you get these big ones, you'll never go back to the short ones. Like,
You know, I got that. I got one of them too, and it was just in time because all the towels that I had on my boat are at some point on one of the interstates that I travel carrying my boat. They've all flown off. So,
Oh yeah, I hate when that happens.
we would like to thank For Real Fishing for sending this stuff to us. It's really
yeah.
a welcome thing, and got koozies and stuff. But he was a great guest on our show, and he did not have to do that, but we appreciate it very much. And I promise you, the hat and towel and koozies and net gators will go to good use,
Mm-hmm.
especially the hats, because I go through hats.
I love hats.
I do
Oh,
too, and I go through a ton of them.
And if you didn't watch that, that was a great episode last week that we had with Tyler. The link to his merchandise and all that he sells for real fishing is in that one.
And go check him out. Buy some products from him.
Oh, he was a great guest, and you know
Oh,
what
he's good.
was awesome last week was we went way longer than we normally do, but chat was still full of questions.
Yep.
I mean, it was just question after question, and I mean, we could have kept going all night, I believe. So
Yeah, but I think Tyler was getting sleepy. He was like,
I
"You guys
believe
get
he
me up
was.
past my bedtime."
Lyle was.
Yeah, Lyle's always sleepy.
Yeah.
So, let's welcome people from chat
Let's do
into
it.
the show. Excuse me, hold on. Took that drink of Mountain Dew. We got first in. We got Pontoon Joni. We got Mike Sampson. We got member Riggin for Fatties. Outdoors in Indiana with Dave Scott. Member Uptown Chrissy Brown. We got downtown Ernie Brown. Good luck tomorrow, brother. Mr. Ernie's got a
prayers for Ernie tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Your thoughts. We got Bugman 22. We got 922 Crappie Barbecue. Crappie Day Fish on. Mr. Mike Irvin. Nebraska Wildcats. Member the Weekend Angler. Says candy corn is garbage.
It is.
That's right. We got Bumpin' Mike Greenwell. Mr. David Smith, Creole Catfishing. Member Brian B. Catfishing. Ooh, he's watching the Eagles game, so he's not going to be chatting much. Shut up, chat. Why am I getting told shut up?
Wow, that wasn't very nice.
So rude. That's so rude. Joe Newman, Dave Funk, anything is possible. Member Catfishing Crappie. Mr. LG Bass, Sean Abney. Time to Fish.
Time to fish.
Well, hello. That's a new one.
New one.
Welcome to Catfish Weekly. Mr. Gene Tillman, we got Cat Claws, Journey to the Riverbanks, Butterflies in Sunshine. And folks, I'm to the bottom. Where's my wife? There's my wife.
There's Cindy Stokes.
Remember, get hooked on D Fishing. Miss Shirley T. Miss Cindy Stokes. Now I'm down to the bottom. There we go.
There we go.
All right. I did do one of them polls that Mark has made famous where you put in there, hit that thumbs up so they reminds them when they come in. But if they don't, it means they like candy corn.
Yeah.
And that is gross. Just saying.
Hi.
Oh, well. We got turkey this week.
It is Thanksgiving week.
It is.
Josh, tell us about your trip.
We had a good time. We'd never been down to we'd never been down to Wheeler Lake before. And we left out. Christina and I worked on Wednesday. We left out Wednesday afternoon, drove down. We got down to the cabin we stayed in about midnight. Got up Thursday morning, got our 3-day passes, and went back behind Wheeler Dam, tried to catch some skipjack. They weren't running for us, so we had Kentucky Lake skipjack that would have to work. Got out, started dragging baits. First bite, not even an hour in, almost 30-pound blue cat.
Nothing wrong with that.
Thought we were having motor issues, so we didn't chance it too far, but that turned out just to be a dirt dauber's nest in the telltale on the outboard. So we got it cleared out and spent the rest of the time we were down there dragging baits and had a real good time. So,
well, you know why those skipjack work? Why your particular skipjack worked up on?
Because they're Kentucky skipjack.
Well, they're Kentucky. Yeah, they're Kentucky. They're from Kentucky. They're the greatest. But
Please.
the Tennessee River is actually what makes Kentucky Lake.
That is true. But I was going to give credit for being Kentucky skipjack.
But they're the best skipjack because they're from Kentucky. Right, Lyle? Yeah. No. Lyle's like, go Kentucky. Yeah.
And
a skipjack's a skipjack. It don't matter what body of water it comes out of. They still stink. They're still slimy. And they still catch catfish.
So, Chad, how did your weekend trip go?
Well, we left out at about 1:30 in the morning and drove straight to Chickamauga Dam, where I heard, it's like one of the best dams, or you can catch so much bait, so many fish, and blah, blah, blah. Couldn't catch any skipjack. Caught one yellow bass. And then we went fishing. And we caught one fish on Friday, and it was the 32-pound blue cat. And that thing hammered that rod. And I got to tell you, it was my Lyle Stokes Chadfield's money rod that just kept getting it. It's been catching all kinds of great fish lately. When you pay that Chadfield's money for a rod, it's what you expect. But that's the only one we caught that day. But then came Saturday. We went down further down that pool on the Tennessee. We caught 8 fish. We had a good day. But we made a mistake and gave up our spot in the Champions of the Tennessee River tournament, or we would have won it. Now that's the way this goes, because if I would have been in it, we probably wouldn't have caught a fish. But since we didn't get in it,
he's right.
We would have won. Cumberland River skipjack, Tennessee River skipjack, Ohio River skipjack, Mississippi River skipjack.
They all catch fish.
They all catch fish. They all stink. They're all slimy.
They all bleed the same, according to Creole.
Yep, that's a fact.
But we had a good time. We kind of, just as a note, make sure that your Navionics is updated before you go to a new body of water. Because we got down there, we launched, we were in Second Creek on Lake Wheeler, but according to, since my Navionics charts didn't have Wheeler in it, it was using some kind of pixelated map that said we were fishing on dry land.
No.
And, when we got back to the cabin Thursday night, they had fiber internet. It was good. We logged in, brought the Navionics card in, updated it, and we had good maps the rest of the time we were down there. So
good deal. What's up, SK? Yeah, it was
SK.
I did find out something that I didn't particularly care for on that stretch of the Tennessee River. Josh, you would believe that I would not even attempt to drag baits down there.
Oh, back down that way?
Down where I was, yes.
We did not have any difficulty dragging baits.
Oh, you can drag baits all over the place where you're at.
But I tell you what though, earlier in the year, actually it's been almost a year at this point, because it was during your winter blues of 23.
Yeah.
Parker and I got that anchor hung up, and I ended up having to cut the anchor line.
I remember that.
I have not replaced that anchor. And so we have one anchor that we bring with us. We don't, I don't go out without one. But Saturday we were down there, had a real strong north wind. The fish were more or less shut down. We were marking fish. I think if we could have sat on them, we probably could have caught something. I was really wishing I had another anchor while we were down there. So that's going to be, at some point this week, I'm going to be welding up a new anchor. So
I still have my orange anchor that you made me.
You ought to. It says your name down the side.
That's right.
I think it might even have an angry face.
Really?
It does have an angry face. Yes,
it does have an angry face on it.
Yeah, I need to bend the tines back on it, but I've never done that. I still have never done that. But so we've got, Thanksgiving tales stuffing your live well. So let's go ahead and hear the tale of the one that got away from Josh Dunnigan over the weekend.
We only had one really good bite that didn't hook up over the weekend. That was Saturday. That was our last day we were fishing. And we spent Friday out fishing the main channel ledge on Wheeler. We were on the main lake. And our bigger fish had come Thursday up in the creeks. I said, let's go back up in the creek. We went up into First Creek over towards the Wheeler Resort. And the wind was coming straight out of the north. So we went to the south side of that creek and drug our bait straight north. That way we didn't have to fight the wind.
Makes me proud to hear him say that he was dragging baits, Lyle.
It's a lake. I like dragging baits on a lake. But so we're pulling a board, and I don't know. I haven't gone back through the camera to see if it's gotten it yet. But we're dragging baits. The one pulling the planer board just doubles completely over. That planer board goes skipping across the surface. Things loaded up, and then it's gone. Bring it in. We're like, something ain't right. Bring it in. The hook had rolled, and the point of that hook had buried itself back into that skipjack head. And you ain't gonna catch nothing if it foul hooks. So
nope.
We got it fixed. And that was our only bite that we had up in that creek. We ended up, I think, with one fish Saturday, but Saturday was a tough day.
Well, Lyle,
Sunday was the day to be fishing down there, and we were driving back. So
that's usually the way it works. Is there any way to hook baits that doesn't happen? Where a hook
Not
turns
really.
back into itself?
Not really. What I think what happens is when a fish attacks that, if they don't get the hook, sometimes it'll jerk it and the bait will stay on the hook. But when it does, it flops around, and that's when the hook goes back into the bait, when it's been jerked on by a fish. And I don't know what you'd ever do to stop it.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I have had better luck with it, the more so if here's your bait, instead of putting a hook right across, I usually use my hooks at an angle, like a 45-degree angle.
That helps.
Tends to help with them.
Now we were using that one was a small skipjack head on that one, and I had gone in underneath the bottom jaw and up right between its two nostrils. So it 9 times out of 10, that's all you got to do with them. They've got that bony head. It's not going to roll around, but it did that day.
Mike Greenwell says no 100% way.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh, hit wrong button.
Don't. Yeah, pull that one back up.
I'll pull that back up. I got to read that one now.
Don't forget to bring your bathroom scales back 15-pound Wednesday night at 1 a.m. for Thanksgiving.
You're funny, Buck. Tell you what, Buck's been doing some really cool stuff with AI artwork.
Oh yeah, he has. That really looks cool.
I've tried. Mine turns out looking like Catfish looks like Lyle or something, kind of goofy looking. So Lyle, tell us about your experience lately. You've been filling your live. You actually have been filling your live well up with some eaters lately.
We've been catching a lot of eating side, which is what we've been after. We haven't been after. Of course, I never turned down a bigger fish, but we've been wanting to catch some eating size fish, and we've been catching every time we go out. We've been doing pretty well, and we've been the last few times we've been on Lake of the Ozarks on the southern end of it, and well, actually, it would be the southeastern end of the lake, and we've been going back in a long cove and having great success. So I think it was Saturday we went out and got out there, and I throwed the net way too many times and only had 2 shad, and we was having trouble catching up with them. When we get to them, they take off. You know how that goes. And then all of a sudden, boom, they flew right in front of us, and Cindy run the boat over there. I throwed the net, and we had half a net full of hand-sized shad, you know, just exactly what we wanted. If I could have done that right off the bat, it'd have been excellent, but it didn't work out that way. And we let all of them back, of course, except for just what we thought we'd use for the day. And we went to catching fish, and on our lakes down here, we have unders, 26 and under. Then you have a slot between 26 and 34. And we don't keep any of the big ones. I don't like to clean them. And we was, like I say, we was looking for eating size fish. And seems like every day we go out, we catch 1 or 2 maybe in the slot, and the rest of them have all been unders. And a lot of them are around the 22 to 24, 25-inch range, which is perfect for me. And they make great table fare, and we haven't been keeping them all. I don't want to clean that many at one whack, but it's been a lot of fun. And then this front moved through, and we got rain last night, all night, and today, and it was supposed to have been heavy thunderstorms. And I thought, man, we'll get some runoff.
Mm-hmm.
All we got was just a light rain.
Really?
Yeah, we didn't get any runoff or anything, so it didn't fill the lake up at all, or it didn't even fill the bar ditches up, you know. But we'll take what we can get because it's been so long since we've had any rain. But
I don't know how much rain we're supposed to get tomorrow. We had a little bit today, but we're supposed to have rain like 95% all day long.
Yeah, that's what we had today. So you're probably getting that tomorrow, but we're supposed to still get a little bit of rain tomorrow afternoon, I think, or tomorrow evening, something like that. But not like what we've had. But we really need the runoff. We need these lakes around here are really low, and I know they are across the country. But we need some heavy thunderstorms and fill these lakes back up. But it sure makes finding them fish easier when they're down like that, because all you got to do is go to the center where the creek channels are at or the river channels are at, and you can catch fish. Hello, Richard. Glad to see you in here, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, the Ohio's been at normal pool for months. But when we went down to Chattanooga, and I was like, the campground that we were staying at, even there's a big, huge bay where in the campground that you can go launch your boat and take it out to the river if you wanted to. But it was, I mean, all of it is way down. I mean, I've never been there, and I could tell how far down it was. It was so low. It was insane.
Well, it's got tough for us at certain lakes and especially certain boat ramps to launch in and out. You get a lot of water and coming over the back of your boat because they're so down so far. And that's part of the deal, but you don't have to like it. You know what I mean? You just deal with it and go on. But hopefully it's coming. You know, every year in the spring we get spring floods. Every year in the fall we get massive rains, and they just haven't got here yet. And throughout the winter, the northern states always seem to get a bunch of snow, which gives us water in the rivers and stuff in the spring. And we just got to wait it out. It's our turns coming. How'd you do, Chad? I know you caught some great fish.
Yeah, we did. We like I said, we didn't do bad for fishing there, and I just basically used the same method I used to it for a lot of places. When I go to a new place, and everybody's like, "Oh, there's a 100-foot hole there." That's awesome.
Hoopy.
Yeah.
My philosophy, honestly, this is me personally, is when I look at the average depths, is typically to cut that depth in half. If it's 50, 60 feet, I'm looking at that 30, 35 foot range.
That's a good idea.
That's not a bad idea.
That's usually where I start, and that's exactly what we did that day. We set up on on the ledges of them, about halfway up. Even on it, we did set up right on top of the 100-foot hole as it went down into it. One time we did catch one fish, but
Yeah.
we did better when we were on the sides of it. Like I said, hitting around 50, 45 feet where I was at. And we caught some pretty nice fish. And a couple of them, I must have threw it right in her freaking mouth. I mean, I know it hit the bottom, and I set the thing in the rod holder, went to walk down, and D was getting up and grabbing the pole from me. And
Oh,
I
I
was
love
like,
I love when that happens. I absolutely love.
I watched Micah Burkhart do that with a couple of fish in the last couple of videos he's had out.
I was like,
I tell you what, Wheeler could have used some more water this weekend. I'll give you that much. There was zero current, or nothing flowing through Wheeler.
yeah.
And
I'll be honest.
You gotta have current to make them fish bite.
Yeah.
If it's a current related waterway, it's got to have current to make
have current to make it work. And now we were you can always tell if you look, if you go by any bridges, if you look at the shoreline, you can tell where the water, where normal pool should probably be at. And it looked to be about 4 or 5 feet low. And it was bad enough. There was where we were staying at the cabin, there was a boat ramp just around, not a quarter mile from where we were at. And we tried one time to launch at that boat ramp, and it was not going to happen. I would have had to drove the truck off into the water in order to have a chance of getting the boat off the trailer. And I said, no, we're gonna find us a different one. So we ended up launching at Second Creek Boat Ramp, which if you get on Google reviews, if you look it up on Google, all the reviews, it's got about a 3.5 star where people are getting their windows knocked out and everything out there.
Wow.
And we didn't have any trouble. Every time we launched at Second Creek, but we had dinner with Doc Lang Saturday night. And I told Doc where I'd been launching, and he started laughing and said, and you still had tires when you got back? And I said, yeah. And I said, I take it you wouldn't launch here? He goes, you couldn't pay me enough to launch at that ramp.
We never had trouble there.
So I'm like, well, I said, I've probably used up all my luck. And now I've got Doc telling me not to use that ramp. We won't be using that ramp no more. We'll go over to First Creek or something. But
I think any boat ramp you go to, you have a chance of something happening.
Anytime you're away from your thing, you'll.
That's like downtown St. Louis on the cobblestone. Everybody talks about how that's the most dangerous place to launch in the whole wide world, and I never had an issue.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's up to the insurance. If you have good insurance, go ahead and
it don't matter.
You're right, but I still don't think you could pay me to go to downtown St. Louis and launch a boat.
Absolutely not.
And it has nothing to do with it.
Ryan Casey them launch there every day.
It's more, I don't know that I would want my vehicle and boat that close to Bud Light Stadium.
There we go.
Yeah, I was just looking.
I got it. Yeah, we'll take care of that. I work with told me he's going up to Wrigley Field this week. They're having some kind of Christmas celebration thing. They've got sledding and stuff. You can go out on the field. And I told him, I said, I might as well. They don't use it in the fall for anything else.
That's right. That is
Parker said he's had issues down at the St. Louis boat ramp.
At night.
Creo says most of his ramps are terrible. The only nice ones are in terrible fishing spot. That makes
that's true.
Makes sense, but
yeah.
Now they did have, one thing I'll say, they did have lights down there at that ramp, and it was lit. It had one heck of a courtesy dock on it. We didn't have no trouble getting the boat in and out, so it was good.
The game wardens usually go in now there quite a bit.
We never saw a single one this weekend.
Well, when I was down there, it always seemed to be on tournaments and stuff, but they was always there then.
Yeah, we never saw a single one the whole time, either out on the water or at the ramp. So now we were prepared. We weren't out of line on anything, but
right. Yeah, you don't want to get caught out of state. doing something you ain't supposed to. Doesn't matter if you're fishing or hunting or what it is. The repercussions are just.
Now, I did notice the ramp at Hoover that the buzzards. They said that one of the ramps down at I guess it's the one back behind Wheeler Dam that the buzzards eat your windshield wipers. And
I have yet to have an issue down there with them, but they say to put like trash bags over the end of your wipers.
Yeah, there was somebody had a Walmart bags tied to like their antenna and had them off their mirrors and everything, just movement.
Yeah, and you can't do nothing about them because the birds are protected.
Buzzards are protected.
Yeah.
I don't quite understand. It's kind of like hawks. I don't know why they are either, but they are.
Hawks are pretty. That's why.
I'm telling you, I'd probably grin ear to ear pay that ticket if I popped one of those things for tearing my truck up.
Boy, no kidding. I don't know how they can. If they're tearing your truck up, that's like anything that goes in on a farmer's property and destroys his cattle. You know, it's open season. It should be for them damn things too.
Hey, you know, I knew a guy at work one time. He used to live out west, and I don't know, one of the either California or Seattle or somewhere out that way. And he actually had I don't know if it was a seagull, pelican, whatever, fly through his windshield.
Oh man!
You know, that bird died, and they gave him a ticket out there.
You're kidding.
What? He swears up and down it's the truth. I don't know if it was or if he's just a storyteller you know, Lyle is about catching fish and keeping them alive.
I got an emoji for you.
What? What'd I say?
But I don't know how that could work out. But you know, stranger things I guess have happened. I've hit turkeys, and I will tell you this: when a turkey has its wings all spread out and it's flying across the road, and you whack it with a 71 Bronco, you can't see nothing but wings, buddy. I'm telling you, they cover the whole windshield.
What is wrong with you, Danny Stone? Danny Stone
that explains a lot right there.
It does.
Danny likes candy corn.
That's just gross.
Oh.
Well, thanks for the thumbs up, Danny.
Yeah, we do appreciate that
a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, we'd sure love to have you as a subscriber.
Yeah, text the.
Now, my question is, we're talking about 60-degree weather here Thursday, and as far as I know now, we're not going anywhere for Thanksgiving. That sounds to me like a day on the lake.
That does sound like a day on the lake.
It does.
And
we have a 100% chance of rain tomorrow.
Now we're supposed to be in the high 50s on Thursday.
Still not terrible.
We're gonna be low 50s.
High 50s on Thursday and low winds. That's it. They said the winds were going to be like 6 miles an hour.
That makes it really
makes a good day. And I'm pretty well already planning on Thursday morning heading down to the river for a while. We do have Thanksgiving stuff at my sister's house at some point that day. But I really would like to see, really would like to get on the river.
I hope you all didn't hear that from the other room.
Didn't hear nothing. So you got the mute done in time.
I had literally just taken the mute button off.
Oh.
But Creole and Shanti, they're having tornadoes down where they're from.
Man, you guys be careful down there.
Yeah, you guys be careful, man.
Tracy Outsider says candy corn is delish.
I liked it when I was a kid. I don't like it no more now.
We need anything.
I haven't even seen any of it in years. So,
Mom mixes it with peanuts. And she'll put a bag of candy corn with salted peanuts, and she said it tastes like a payday bar. And I'm going, well, payday bars are good. So.
Yeah, I like them.
Honestly, the best way I have ever found to eat it is to just dump it in the trash can and grab
Dump it in
some
the trash can and get a Reese's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chrissy, I feel for you.
Yeah.
But he'll need it, you know.
I'm thinking bright and early, Danny Stone. I'm thinking 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, about 7 a.m. our time, God's time, Danny. So I have we had talked about, Parker and I had talked about fishing. We did it last Thanksgiving. Did a short live, just got out there, just an open panel live. Anybody that wanted to hop up, and I actually have the stream ready to go and set up on that. I may throw that up after we get done tonight. And if anybody would want to come up on an open panel, even if you're not fishing, come up, say hi, and hang out for a bit. We may do that Thursday morning. So
yeah. Hey guys, I want to plug something real quick. So I had an old.
mouth,
So I've
hopefully.
got. Shut your freaking face mouth. I had some other groups. I've got my Fields to Water group and stuff on Facebook, but I had another one that I never was using. But I've been thinking about it for a while of having a one-stop shop for in-person and online catfishing tournaments. So I changed the one to basically revolve around that. So I did share it out to my personal page and stuff. If anybody is friends with me and wants to share it out, get people to, or share, tournaments that they see to it. Obviously, I don't want people to spam it with junk. But if you got a tournament and doing it, oh, hi, Chubby James.
He didn't hang around long.
He didn't, but if people want to share tournaments that like braaid and the Indiana Catfish Association, and share their events and stuff there, and start trying to grow that where people can. I thought it'd be kind of cool. Not only do we get people watching the online stuff, but maybe some of these local tournaments might get more people seeing that and entering into them and stuff like that. So
Very nice. Very nice. Welcome, Small Water Charters.
What's up, John?
Let's see. You're talking about local tournaments. It reminded me of something. There is actually one coming up in our area on the 16th of December, launching out of Paducah, Kentucky. It's a, what is this here? Patriot Catfishing Incorporated.
Okay, I've heard of them.
Joey Middleton's group there.
Mm-hmm.
They had one on the 11th. They're going to have one on the 16th of December, and then the 20th of January has been moved. It was for the Clarksville, Tennessee. It has now been moved to the Green River Kittinger launch. So good to see tournaments in our local area, and I'm wanting to go down and probably try to fish at one on the 16th. So
maybe if you could share that one to that group, because that's another thing. The reason why I'm interested in and I wanted to create it is, Dee and I have talked about doing some different, like where we travel within reason tournaments, right? The North Alabama Catfish Trail, or maybe even some down towards that way, towards Greenwell. That'd be awesome. All my exes live in Paducah.
All my exes live in Paducah. Mine lives in Texas, so I really like that song.
I do too, but it's George Strait.
It's George Strait. It's a song, and mine really does live in Texas. So
you can't go wrong with anything George Strait does. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, George Strait was the king of country. So, and FOA Customs Gear says, listening while he's working. Thanks for a fun-filled weekend, Chad. Hey, Freddie. It was great to spend some time with you and me, buddy. Let's see.
922, yeah, it tends to happen too. Said his lives too close to him.
Let's see. Well, Lyle, since you're the king of catfishing, what is your key this time of year to fill your live well to where it's stuffed full of fish?
Fresh shad. The colder the weather gets,
Yep.
for me, the more shad is prevalent. The better it works. Now, with that being said, if you're having a time when shad is hard to get you some cut bluegill. And I'm saying this because shad in the wintertime for me works better than skipjack on the river, but there's no skipjacks in the lakes where I'm at. So why would you put them in there when you're pretty sure that they don't know what they are? It'd be kind of like fishing with chicken.
They
don't know what that is.
I've caught plenty of fish in lakes where there is no skipjack.
Well,
that is one of the greatest baits of all time.
It is. I'm not saying it's not, but it won't work
it's
unless
like the Michael Jordan of baits.
No, it won't work. It just. I told Larry Muse when he come up to a big tournament. When we come up to when Larry Muse come up here, he says, "What do I need for bait?" I said, "Fresh shad. There'll be plenty in the lake." He said, "I'm bringing skipjack." I said, "You might as well leave it at home." We caught one fish. In 2-3 days, they don't know what it is. They don't know what chicken is either. And believe me, all jokes aside, we took chicken the last several times. We didn't take it the last time, but up until then, I even bought fresh chicken to take, not a bite. They just either everybody is full of crapola, or these fish are that much smarter than they are everywhere else because they don't work here. It does not work. I don't care what you say, anybody. Doesn't make no difference. And if you do catch one, it's a dink. But we ain't even been catching dinks on it. So it's shad or nothing for me right now.
Yeah. Now, do you have a cutoff temperature you're going to quit using skipjack at, Lyle?
Not really. Not if I'm on the rivers.
Okay.
I'll always use it, but shad will usually be better. And I learned that from Jason Mathena. You know, he told me a long time. I said, "Man, I doing very good." He said, "We use for bait. It's skipjack that we got." And he said, "Quit using it. They don't want skipjack in the wintertime. They want shad." He was right. We started catching fish.
I was going to say, my experience, and it's hit or miss. When it does transition over to majority shad, or what's catching the fish, be like random days that skipjack is what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And the shad, they won't touch the shad.
They won't touch, right?
Like they have every other day for the last however many times you've been out. It's like, so I always have skipjack at least on a couple rods to see if that day is today.
Yeah, we usually around 50 degrees is kind of my magic number. At 50 degrees, we go on the anchor, and 50 and below, we're going to be on the anchor. And
you need to drag.
I got a theory about that, and I used to be the same way. But those fish don't stop swimming around.
They don't.
It gets below 50 degrees, and then blues still eat.
Yep. It goes back to, and we talk about it a lot, it goes back to confidence.
I agree with that.
And I have more confidence at 50 and below to put that boat on the anchor and wait out that bite.
I will tell you this.
It costs me fish. I don't have any doubt that it costs me fish.
A lot of times it's a lot more comfortable sitting on the anchor.
Oh, yeah.
With the heater going. I'm not saying that's not the truth. And that may be where you're confident. It makes me feel.
It may be where the confidence comes from, but
yeah, and I used to be the same way. 48 degrees was the cutoff for me, but not anymore. I drag you around. And Cindy and I was actually talking about that the last day we had out. I said, there ain't no sense of us doing anything else. As long as we don't have frozen water, I'm pulling baits. Yep. My idea is you're putting that bait in front of too many other fish that you couldn't put, that would never see it if you was on a rope.
And you think about this too. If you are setting on the anchor, what are those fish doing? They're not like just magically there. They're swimming to your bait.
They're swimming to you. You're leaving a scent trail,
right?
Yeah. Curtis Cunningham says one of wanted to ruffle some feathers. He got his personal best flathead this summer on chicken. Now, that's the first time I've ever heard anybody say they caught
flathead on chicken. Wild
That's
dragon.
amazing.
Wild
Yeah, that
dragon.
really is.
Wild
Congratulations on that. I know a lot of guys catch fish on it. It just don't work for me. And we've had it everywhere from.
I've had one. I've
We've
had
had
one
it
really
everywhere.
good
We've used it
experience with
everywhere and just don't have success with it.
We used it. We used chicken. We drifted chicken on top of a mussel bed, and we tore the fish up on that mussel bed with it. It's the only place it's ever worked for me, but it works there, and it works consistently there.
Yeah, I know guys that catch a lot of fish on there, and I get a message from Chris and Telly. Chris and Telly sent me messages when they was on them and catching fish and showing me pictures and stuff. And there's no doubt they're catching them on there. It just don't work for me. It don't work for me. And I don't like to use it because I don't believe in it, and that's probably 90% of why I don't catch no fish on it.
But it was funny right there at the very first pool party Ohio River tournament we did a few years ago. I had Rob Chance in the boat with me. We get to the end of the tournament. Rod goes down. I told Rob to catch it. He reels that fish in, and I said, "Oh, Rob," I said, "look what you just caught that fish on." Because he was dead set against using chicken. And I mean, just the look on his face when he realized he'd caught a fish on chicken.
I think, I'm trying to remember, but I think it was Jerry Parker that told me that either in the winter they don't bite on chicken or in the winter they do bite on.
He said the chicken bite's been fire here lately. He said he's been throwing carp and everything else, and they've been wanting chicken. So.
Well, here's my theory. Any bait that you got that's really, really bloody will work.
Yeah.
For all catfish.
Oh, Creole said there's video evidence that once chicken outfished fresh skipjack in his boat.
Oh, wow. I couldn't show that. But if that happened to me, I couldn't show it.
We're going to have to sneak chicken into Lyle's boat, Chad, at some point.
We take it a lot and use it a lot. I had it on a side rod on a planer board and caught fish on every other rod in the boat.
Except that one.
2 times. That never got.
We'll just hide it in a compartment in there, and you'll find it eventually.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're right. Probably sooner than I want to.
That's a pretty good idea.
Bugman says it's pouring rain where he's at. It's a cold rain. Yeah, it's been pouring rain here all afternoon.
Yeah,
I
debated going out. I mean, I could have put the bimini up, but everything's still too cold and wet. I'm just talked myself out of it.
Well, we need the rain, and I know you guys. I think this low water situation is countrywide. I posted that in a chat that we're all in with another guy, and I believe everybody's talking about it from the Rocky Mountains plumb out east about how low the water is. Tyler was talking about last week, and none of us fish the water he fishes. We need this water to get back up the normal pool and get some more rain. I mean, hell, this stuff goes in cycles. Every so many years we go through this, just like we go through the 100-degree stuff we had last summer. Now, the year before, we didn't have any 100-degree weather here. Make up your mind. You want up or down? But easy now. We're liable to have it next year, and then we're liable not to have it for a few years. It's just it goes in cycles, and it's our turn to have that. And once we get caught up on water, we'll forget about this, and it'll be a thing of the past.
Danny, that's what I'm good at. I don't have that filter that shuts stuff off between my brain and my mouth, or in this case, the keyboard. I'll just say it. Danny said Richard Cluck is the king of catching fish on chicken in the winter, and I said it goes with the last name, Cluck. Why wouldn't chicken work for that man?
Exactly.
I believe that
Parker says he kind of surprised Lyle doesn't use chicken more. He kind of looks like Colonel Sanders.
I like to trade bank accounts with him. I think I seen Richard make a post that Thursday was the first day Stephanie was getting off in a long time, and they was going to try to go catch some channel cats.
Yeah, she's been working a lot. So.
Yeah. Well, I remember correctly, she does something with cotton, and
Yeah.
I'm sure they're
Yeah,
taking all that
I
cotton
want
out
to
of
say
the
she
field.
works for the Farm Bureau or something. So
Yeah.
Yeah, she works like 7 days a week for a couple months straight at least. During this
JG
is
Hill,
the end of
don't be in
seasons.
chat telling people lies.
No, no.
It's too close to Christmas to be lying, and you got Santa up here. So
if
No.
sticking on his black horse, Lyle would
but I
avoid
appreciate that
warranty.
comment.
Will you stop?
He's ignoring me, Creole.
What's that?
Creole said if he puts
Fast.
chicken on his black horse, said
No.
I'll avoid the warranty.
No.
Let's see.
Lyle acts like he doesn't like that dog, but
I know.
Oh no, I like this dog. It's Cindy's dog. She lays in there with her all day and comes in here with me at night. But when she's in here, she wants to be held, and I'm usually doing things I don't have time to hold her. You know what I mean? But she likes to be close to you, and she likes to for you to hold her.
Jeremy. What's up, cool cats? I hope your back's feeling better, buddy. There's another one that I would have taken the belt from Saturday if Daryl Morris from Trophy Seekers Outdoors would have let me in the tournament, but that's okay.
I tried to talk Chad into an awesome thumbnail for today, and he didn't do it.
I
For those of you who wondering, I tried to talk him into one awesome thumbnail. I wanted him to put our heads on Bo and Luke Duke, and we were going to have Lyle be Uncle Jesse, and we were going to call it the Duke of the Tennessee River. But
well, I've got something else in mind for us. So
could be scary.
It could be, especially if Lyle turns into Daisy Duke.
No, nobody wants to see that.
Nobody wants to see that.
Nobody wants to see that.
Wow. I can only find. Hey, at least you found some fish there, James. That's all that matters.
There's that one guy.
It was rough. That wind sucked for everybody. I think that what messed everybody up down there.
Well, we can't complain, boys. This fall has been very mild.
We've had a very mild fall. I'm just afraid we're going to pay for it come about January and February.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Well, I did schedule the winter blues for January, so you can expect.
So we know
January
we'll have an Arctic blast about that point.
Yeah, it'll be rough.
I gotta let her out. So
now, winter blues. Your winter blues next year. It's going to be the 3 fish format again, or is it numbers?
It'll be the big fish, big 3 fish. So we have 3 days now, already full. I uploaded the thing today to add the 3rd date, and it filled up in less than 2 hours. So we're full again, and I've got I think 3 people in reserve already. So we've got January 13th, 14th, and 20th. I'm not putting a 4th day. I refuse, because that last Sunday I need to get my stuff together for the week, because I'll be heading out to Virginia sometime that week, so I can fish the what's it called? I just lost what it was called.
You're going after a sturgeon?
No, the one the oh my goodness, what is that? The ice bowl out on Kerr Lake.
I figured he was going after a sturgeon.
Yep.
No.
Yes.
Now, because I saw you tagged me on the post in Facebook, and I couldn't find where I was tagged for winter blues. So
you're actually tagged in the post. If you hit the read more,
okay.
Hold on, where the rules are that nobody ever freaking reads, and I have to remind them every time.
It's
blah
in there.
blah
Okay.
blah. It's in there.
Because I think Parker and I are fishing together.
Hi, James.
And what have you forgotten? What have I not forgotten, JG? I don't know what you're talking about. Gee, oh, Cool Cat's hurt his back doing all that lifting of all the big fish that he catches.
That'll do it.
It will.
How would you know? You and D have been on a roll here
That's
lately.
been on fire. Now, what was
Well,
it? 10 trips without a skunk or something?
Yeah, so we've had 10 trips in the new boat catfishing, and we've not skunked once. And we only caught one the first 2 times we went out. They were smaller, but we found the problem. I pulled it off my boat and I burnt it. And ever since I did that,
What was that?
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, there was
Oh, no, yeah, I remember.
Garbage on the
yeah,
back of the boat.
yeah, there was something that shouldn't have been there. But ever since we did that, we have had 8 straight trips with at least one over 20. And most of those days we've had multiples over 20.
That's pretty good.
We've had, I think, 4 or 5 in the 30s, and we've had the 140.
So let me ask you a question. Do you
Go ahead.
attribute that to the fact that you are being able to go places you could not go before?
No,
Then
'cause I'm fishing some of the same places.
what's the
that I
difference?
It has to be the expensive boat. You have to have expensive equipment and boats to catch big fish.
No, that's not
I don't even want to talk to you about that because we'll turn the show into a big negative.
Oh wow.
No, honestly, for the most part, it is. I am fishing some of the same places, but I am more comfortable of getting out into toward the main channel more because I know I can get out of the way quick if a barge or anything comes through if it gets dangerous.
right. Yeah,
I am
safety
getting a
is
little
a big
closer.
issue.
Mhm.
You know, a guy told me one time years ago, if you're going to fish the big rivers, and we was talking about the Missouri and Mississippi, because let's face it, they got the most current anywhere there is. If you're going to fish those, you need a larger boat. And he was, at those days, most guys was fishing the river with 16-foot John boat. He said, you need a larger boat than that and the biggest motor that you can afford in case you need to get out of somebody's way in a hurry. And I have always tried to go with that. Now, it's not that we got a giant motor on the boat that we have, but it's sufficient. No. You know, it's sufficient.
Well, see, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Knowing on that old boat, my 60 horsepower motor, you know, getting it up to 8 mile an hour, even 10 mile an hour, you know, took some doing. That wasn't getting me very far, very quick.
Yeah.
You know,
right? Yeah.
I think D's got it right there. So more,
but I do feel way more confident in the boat,
more comfortable getting around, and you're at ease. It lets you go back and just focus on fishing.
For everybody freaking out, acting like I'm, you know, saying you have to have a big, expensive, brand new boat. You know, I'm joking, but it, you know, being upgraded to something that where I'm more comfortable with, and like you said, I can move around with, and I, you know, will get out there in the channel because I know I can get anywhere I need to be. But I am able to I can pack up and move too. I don't have to pick a location and basically sit there because I know I'm never going to get anywhere. Larger stones. That's right.
That's right.
But if something's not going well, it takes me no time to. I know I can move 10 miles down the river or 5 miles down the river in no time. I can change spots and locations more frequently where I couldn't do that before.
I think the trolling motor that you have on there, the 36 volt, when you're in a lot of current, you know that thing's not going to lay down on you. You just know it's not. It's going to go.
And that's a good point there. SS Jello Chicken said being underpowered is a safety hazard. It is.
It is. That's
you will never get yourself. I mean, really not really going to get yourself into trouble having too much outboard.
No, I agree.
Chad, I did have a question come in from text, though. I supposed to ask you a question. A viewer would like to know when you are going to try to be king of the Licking River.
You know, I've already basically beaten the so-called king of the Licking River, like time and time again. I've carried him through tournaments, being on his team. But anytime he wants to step up and have a 1v1, we can go, bro.
I think it needs to happen.
I think so too.
That sounds like a challenge.
I mean, I know J-Dog doesn't watch Catfish Weekly, but if somebody wants to, send him that message.
I'd say he probably just got the message.
I know he does. He's been messaging me too.
Parker said he upgraded to a more expensive bank chair for fishing. Got to be what it is.
There you go. Honestly, comfortability when you're fishing, it means the world.
Man, I've got
you're safe.
I've got a bank fishing chair I ain't got to try out yet. I got it last year for around Christmas time. It is, you plug a USB power bank in it and it's heated.
Really?
That's going to be
awesome.
That would be. Could you imagine that if we'd had that day up there at Baldwin?
That'd have been nice.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. Danny, honestly, you're not wrong, being overconfident in any boat.
Yeah.
It's all it takes, trust me, it takes one deadhead that you don't see under the water, or a tree that you don't see there, or one mishap.
One piece of concrete. And I mean, there were those boys on Kentucky Lake that they were running down through water that they'd run down through hundreds of times, but they'd drawn the lake down, and the skeg of that outboard caught that concrete that sent the outboard up into the boat with them. Last thing you want is a stainless prop spinning 6,000 RPM hanging out in the boat with you. You don't want that.
Yeah. All right. I forgot to tell you about my one pucker factor.
Pucker factor.
I can't. Whatever. Down there on the Tennessee. So you've been to the Licking River. You know how wide the mouth is right there, right?
Uh-huh.
So imagine that about maybe 2.5 times as wide. Okay. So they're on the live. We're listening to it, and my service was kind of cutting in and out. And I hear Chris say, "Hey, everybody that's below us right now, just FYI, there's a barge coming down the river. It's 3 wide and 4 long." And by the time I heard it, I looked back and he was coming around the corner. That dude he must have greased the outside of that barge to come through there. I was like, holy cow. I've been close to barges, but that boy was close.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he didn't have he was wedging through that stretch of river where we were. I was like, how in the hell are you allowed to come through here 3 wide?
Now, we were down on the Ohio back earlier in the fall. And the same day we were down there fishing, the MLF or FLW or one of the bass groups had a tournament launching out of the Paducah ramp. Now, I do my best to give the barges plenty of room. I don't want my boat anywhere around them, and they don't want my boat anywhere around them. So it's mutual. I stay as far apart as I can. These guys were passing these barges no more than about 20 feet off the side. I'm like, you are one mishap away from just dying.
I can't say that barge was even 20 feet from us. I think he was closer than 20 feet. I mean, he wasn't waking. He was taking his time because he had to thread the needle to get through there. He was slow moving, but I was like, buddy, you're making me a little nervous how close you're getting. I don't know about that.
Yeah, there's no reason for that to be that way.
Well, they can only go through Chickamauga Dam one barge length, wide at a time. So I'm like, so they stacked them up there somewhere and came down through there. Like I said, 3 wide and 4 long. I'm like, they're only allowed 3 wide and 5 long on the Ohio.
Damn.
And that's way wider than that part of the river we were on. I was like,
now my pucker factor didn't even come on the water this weekend. Mine come from trying to drive or trailer the boat across Wheeler Dam. How narrow that road is. My God. So we're coming down through there and meet a semi oncoming, and I'm like, there is not room to breathe between my boat trailer and this semi.
I pulled that Alumacraft and that Monster Cat both across that with
I've driven across. Yep, quite a few times, and there'll be a freaking dump truck or something coming across.
Yeah,
it was not fun. I'm going.
It's
I wish
narrow.
Widen this by a foot would.
They ain't never gonna do it.
It's just not going to happen. No, but
never gonna happen.
Yeah. And Nubbies, right now I have a fishing partner, David from Carolina Catfish is the one that asked me to fish it with him. But if things change, I'll let you know. Really, Christina?
Wow.
I can't believe you would say that about Josh and Lyle.
Welcome to chat, Christina.
Most times you don't even have time to think. It's just a reaction. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times that's true.
Yeah. I mean,
got caught in a storm in my John boat, used a barge to block the wind by going between the barge and the bank. Boat captain cussed me like that probably
so.
Mark took a 102-inch camper over that bridge with a semi. Yep. I'm thinking Mark's telling stories though, because that's got to be far enough out of different zip code for him to.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh my God!
I think he meant a camper over a bridge that looked like that one.
That looked like it.
But it was probably one of them Chicago toll bridges. That he liked so much. Yeah, that sounds about as wide. Mine's I want to say mine's like 100 inches wide, so I'll be interested to see how I
don't remember what the bridge is. It goes over Mississippi River to Godfrey, Illinois, but we used to go down there and pull a stock car trailer down there. And I seen 2 tractor trailers go across that and whack mirrors one day.
Ooh.
It was really narrow, and it was a drawbridge. And you go up through there, and you could feel it rocking when them trucks pull across. It was scary. I think they replaced it though. But man, that was back in the 1980s.
We had a heck of a drive on the way down there from Marion though. I plugged in the Wheeler Dam Village into the Google in the Android Auto.
Good for you, Evans.
Told it to take me down there, and it had us get off at exit 7 in Paducah, Kentucky, and go down through Mayfield, and it had us on 2-lane county highway or county roads pretty much the whole way down to Alabama.
Really?
So, I mean, it was narrow roads the whole way down. Then coming home, we took a different route, and that's what route we will take from here on. 641 that runs through Kentucky is nice and wide and has a high speed limit, and you don't have to worry about any of that. So, Danny talking about the Wycliffe Bridge. That one's
Wycliffe is a one-way ticket to Puckertown.
Puckertown, we're pulling a camper. It's like going across the Brookport Bridge. If you've ever been across it, it is one of the old steel decked bridge. And they'll shut that thing down anytime it ices. But
really,
yeah, it's just all steel decking, and you go across, you hear your tires just brrr the whole way, trying to go one direction, you're going the other. It's not a fun bridge pull trailer.
I bet not. Yeah, I didn't know there's any steel decking ones like that.
Yep, it's probably one of the last ones. I don't know of any others floating around, at least around here. But
man. I thought them was all gone.
Yeah, but we don't use that one very often.
James Allball said, Lyle, how's your back doing these days? I think he's doing pretty good. He spends a lot of time on
it. If I don't do anything, it's not been too bad, but the success rate with this series wasn't as good. I actually have an appointment tomorrow to go see the guy, and I'm going to tell him the spot that you fixed is okay, but below it, I'm still having trouble. If I can't bend over to do anything, I mean, at all, to pick up something or in the boat, in a house, it doesn't matter. but we'll see what he says. Whatever it is, we're going to deal with it because I don't want to have surgery on it. It's one thing having the needles in there and burning nerves. That helps for a long time. It just wasn't as effective this time as it normally is, and I'm not going to let them cut on it. I just not. I'm too old for that stuff, so we'll just keep doing what we're doing.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
Mark Barnum says steel deck bridge over Missouri at Decatur, Nebraska. Wow.
Sure.
Parker said he builds hanging scaffolding under some of those bridges. Insane how much they move. Gets dicey sometimes.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Parker and that scaffolding, there ain't no way I could do that.
I don't think I could.
No.
I mean, when I was younger, maybe, but not now.
Nope, I couldn't have done it then either.
And Jody, yes, this Thursday night on the bait shop will be the annual Black Friday show, the sales show.
Oh,
Are you gonna show the sales by your favorite tackle company?
What?
I'll send you some.
We'll send you a link.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I have some links.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I can come up with some. Hell, if not, I'll make some up.
Yep.
I heard the geriatric jig company's got a sale going on too, don't they, Lyle?
I do not know. Do not know.
What about Krampus canes? Are they on sale this
Nope.
year?
Nope.
Okay. Josh, we got a bragging board this week?
We do have a bragging board this week. We got a rather light bragging board, but we get that going here. And
What do you mean? Like, we need people to start sending us in some pics to be putting on the bragging board.
well,
That's
you know,
right.
I think everybody forgot this weekend. I got a bunch. I got a bunch of pictures this evening, about an hour before the show started. So by then, they got to go to the next week because I've already rendered the video. But
Gotcha.
here we go. Let's take a look at the bragging board for November the 20th.
Hilly Billy Hondo. That's funny.
Howdy, folks. It's time once again to take a look at the Catfish Weekly bragging board. This covers through the week of November the 20th, 2023. Leading us off this week, we have our good friend James of James Stockery Fishing. James showing off an awesome slab crappie, one of the many slab crappie he's caught here lately. Great job, buddy. Keep up the awesome work. Next up, we have Miss D of Get Hooked on D Fishing with an awesome Tennessee River Blue Cat. D caught that this weekend on their trip down towards Chickamauga Lake. Great job, D. Catfish Weekly co-host and good friend of mine, Chad of Fields to Water, with a 32-pound Tennessee River Blue Cat, also from the trip down towards Chickamauga. Great job, brother. Staying on the Tennessee River, but shifting gears to Wheeler Lake. This is a 29.5-pound blue cat we caught while dragging Wheeler Lake on our first day down there. That was an awesome fish. It was a fun time on that lake. I recommend Wheeler to anybody who wants to go catch a catfish. And that's why right there, our good friend Roger of Muskrat Adventures with a 50-pound Wheeler Lake blue catfish caught on his last day down there this weekend. Great job, Roger. That is an awesome fish, my friend. Don't forget, guys, you too can be featured on the Catfish Weekly bragging board. To be eligible, the fish needs to have been caught within the past 14 days, and we accept pictures of any species of fish. To get yourself or a friend on the bragging board, all you need to do is email your fish photo to pics@theweekendangler.com. Send us the information shown on your screen, and we'll get it on the board for you. Thank you all for watching. Have a great week.
Well done, Josh.
Looked like the Tennessee River was good to pretty much everybody this weekend. So,
Yeah, I think so.
and Roger sent me that picture of that fish as we're driving home. I think we just crossed the state line from Tennessee into Kentucky when he sent me that picture. So,
wow.
Well, I have to throw out there that I did teach Roger everything he knows about fishing, so that's the only reason he caught that fish. But anyway,
surprised you didn't try to take credit from mine for teaching me to drag bait.
The show's ended.
How did you catch that fish? How did you catch that fish? I've been encouraging you for how long to drag the freaking baits, bro.
I know.
The water's going to be 30 degrees, and I will still be dragging baits.
Yeah,
I won't. I'll be sitting on the anchor with the.
I'm with you. I'm see no reason.
You know what? I'm gonna be going fish on. Take a picture, D. Let me send it to Josh.
Oh wow!
I'd be like, hey Josh, guess what? Just caught a fish. Guess what? I was dragging baits.
I'm wondering, with all that 100-degree weather, and it's kind of been screwed up all summer, spring, fall. Is it going to get real cold? If it don't, and the water temperature doesn't drop, but in the 40s,
you can keep going.
Why would you stop? Yeah,
that water will be in the 30s.
Yeah.
Well, it will be at some point, but I'm not so sure. I think it's going to take a while.
I don't know. It was falling fast, really fast.
Now we had 65-degree water this weekend down at Wheeler. So
up here,
but that's way south.
Yeah,
2 weeks ago we were already seeing the high 50s.
Oh, really?
So it was 60 on Lake Ozark Saturday, but I guarantee you it's not today.
That's what I heard too, Danny Stone.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I'm not allowed to say it because it makes JG Hill angry that I call out Daryl.
Well, you need to get that thing set up with Jason and get that done so you can put that to rest. And
the king of the licking.
I guess I'm just going to have to, lay stakes to the king of the licking river. I mean, I'm already like the best fisherman on the Ohio River, so it doesn't matter there.
Did somebody tell you that?
I dreamt it once.
Okay.
I'm going to start writing it places we travel.
Oh, Big
Most
Bill
likely
said 55.3.
But
65.3.
No, 55.3 today on the Ohio. Bill,
55.3.
Message me. I need to know, are you off work this whole week?
Trying to get him a fishing partner, ain't he, Josh?
Looks like it.
I mean, I'm not going to go ahead and say that the Tennessee River was so scared of me they invited Ryan Borks to win it, but whatever.
Congratulations.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, one is going to be the liquor and one will be the licky.
Oh.
What? What did you say? Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Oh,
don't
man.
forget this Thursday evening, the bait shop, the annual Black Friday special.
Yep.
And
Wednesday night, we've got Panfish Nation with Mark and Lyle.
Yep.
Are you guys going to be playing with your bobbers in front of everybody this week?
No, we done that last week.
Oh.
We don't usually do that 2 weeks in a row,
Yeah, we didn't get to see last week. We were driving, so we listened.
I was honestly, I've been busting Daryl and everybody's chops about it. D and I were there to hang out and have fun. We just wanted to relax.
Yeah.
That's why I did.
There we go. 5 in the boat today, Big Bill.
All right,
Send them
good
pictures.
job.
Send them pictures.
Send those pictures in. We'll make a big bragging board. It don't matter to me.
That's right.
Yeah, big one. And that's the thing.
I can voice over 50 fish. I can voice over 5. So,
well, and that's the thing. People don't think you have to catch a certain size fish to get these in there.
No, it can be anything. You brag on it. And it's hunting season too. And I know there's a lot of deer hunters watch.
We'll post the pictures of your deer.
I'll post a picture of deer, whatever. It doesn't have to be catfish. It can be any species of fish.
He posted a picture of my bluegill. I was happy with that. Of course, I like catch bluegill, so.
Yeah.
So good chance later on this week. Looking Thursday morning, Thanksgiving morning, of there being a open panel live on my channel. So if you're out fishing, want to hang out,
and you never know, people are on vacation this week. There might be lives that you haven't seen.
The StreamYard to be in the chat on that one. And if you're not fishing and still want to hang out, jump in there too. So
sounds like a good time.
Lives are more fun if you got a full panel, and that's why we're going to do. Danny, if you hit the deer with your truck, send a picture in, and I'll put it on the board. So,
I have a niece that hit one and totaled a card the other day. So, and just remember,
Jody, I have not posted a picture you're cooking on the bragging board.
Oh my God,
that's where I got drawn the line.
I double dog dare you.
One last thing for that just popped in my head. I wonder why Pontoon Jody hasn't used some of her cooking as bait, because
she tried, and there was that little incident in Ohio on the Ohio River, and they talked about it and they tried to cover it up.
Yep, you're right. They said it was a train derailment, and
it was a train wreck, all right.
It was definitely a train wreck. But anyway. I hope everybody has a great week.
Yeah,
happy
Put
Thanksgiving.
The thumbs up on your way out, folks.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Spend some time with family if you get the chance. So,
absolutely.
Reading Danny's Creel, I heard that they all met at the boat ramp and thank God in prayer that Chad wasn't competing. You're
sure that's right.
All right. Have a great rest of your week, everybody. Wednesday night, Thursday night, come and hang out with us some more. See ya.